you're already living in Hawaii or thinking about moving to Hawaii or even thinking about investing in a place in Hawaii so that you have somewhere to come to when you make that trip, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in downtown. If you can hear the siren around me as I'm filming this, I don't know where that's at. I'm actually walking downtown right now. You can go check out the Living in Waikiki vlog, where I literally have walked almost the entire strip, from one end where we started at Hilton Hawaiian all the way down to nearly the zoo. You can check that out. But if you're thinking about making the move, right, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Waikiki or living in town in this video. What's going on, you guys? My name is Ryan Strong. I'm a real estate agent out here in Hawaii. And if you're thinking about moving to Hawaii, or if you already live in Hawaii, you can go ahead and, that's what this channel is all about, is living in Hawaii. Make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and that notification bell so you stay notified every time I post a new video. And honestly, guys, I get so many calls, texts, emails, people already living in Hawaii, thinking about moving to Hawaii. And I absolutely love it. I love helping these people, making sure that they find the best area and get the right information, right? So go ahead, however you want to get a hold of me, reach out, shoot me the text, give me the email. And as you can see, I'm walking and making this video. All right, it is loud. We are outdoors, we are walking. Hopefully the sound isn't too bad. I'm walking down Kuhio Avenue, and I just mentioned the Living in Waikiki vlog, where I literally take you from beach to condo area, to nice community areas where I've helped clients buy condos in town. And this video is about the pros and cons of living in town as we walk by some, look at this, very nice local shops. Make sure you support local, buy local, shop local, look for rent. We were just talking about pros and cons. Here's a for rent sign on this building. There's a for lease for an office. I'm sure that's for a home. So one of the things that I mentioned in the vlog tour is that even when we're in town, not all these buildings are hotels, right? A lot of people are living here, right? Living close to work, living above work, things like that. But the pros and cons. So let's start with, well, if you work in town, this is going to be a pro for you. Commute. Let me cross the street. The commute is not going to be bad. You most likely will not need a car if you're planning on working and living in town. All depends. Matter of fact, I was just talking with a guy in the Tesla store, and we talked about proximity. First thing he mentions, looking at condos, but he wants to be close to work. Even though he owns a Tesla and works at Tesla, he wants to be in close proximity to work. That is one of the biggest things, especially with traffic out here, right? Parking. We'll get to parking as a con for living in town in just a second, but we're talking about proximity. So if you work in town, if you work on the strip where I was just at for the Living in Waikiki vlog, right? If you are thinking about living in town close to work, we talked about the Honolulu area. If you're living in the Honolulu area, that's going to be a little bit different than Waikiki as far as tourism, what's around the business district. So that's what we're discussing here today. That bus is loud. Let's keep walking. Let's cross this street. Hey, sorry about that. That bus was loud. We're gonna pass Appetito, craft pizza and wine. I've never eaten there, so I can't tell you how it is. I'm not gonna sit here and BS you. But so we talked about the pro, proximity. If you're working in Waikiki, if you're working in the heart of Waikiki and you want to live in the heart of Waikiki, great. Here's the con. If you don't want to live in the city and you want to live somewhere more quiet, but you actually work in town, you're gonna have a drive on your hands. And here we go. As I cross it, check this out. Credit card only, hotel parking. Parking is a B down here. B-I-T, we're not gonna finish that. Parking is crazy in town. Guaranteed. If you have watched the pros and cons video, cost of living video, parking is going to be a cost that you are going to incur. Parking is insane. There's a lot of restricted parking, pay for parking, open parking lots, $4 an hour, $6 an hour. It's insane. So if you're planning on working in town but living in a quieter area, Number one, you're gonna have to drive. That's a con, depending on traffic in the area that you live. If you're deciding between east side, Hawaii Kai, or if you're deciding between west side, Ewa Beach, Kapolei, or even Mililani, it's going to be tougher for you to make that commute, especially during the times that we get traffic, okay? So let's talk about another pro. Another pro of living in Waikiki is that you are close to a lot of things to do. You are, number one, you're in town. Oh, look at the big parking structure right here. We're just talking about parking. There you go. Where are we at? We're at the International Marketplace. This is the International Marketplace. So we talked about, let me not get hit by a car again. Again, I didn't get hit by a car, sorry. If you want to live in town, if you're someone that likes, you know, the nightlife, the night scene, the busy city life, then living in Waikiki is probably for you. The fast-paced lifestyle, a lot of people, a lot of things happening. Again, you can check out the vlog where I was on the beach. It's busy today. So that could be one of the pros for you. The flip side of that would be, well, let's say you don't like that. Let's say you want your space, you don't like a lot of people around, you want to be in a more quieter area, then living in town is not going to be for you. You definitely want to go somewhere else. You don't want to be around where there's a lot of people. Matter of fact, let me flip it around right here and show you. This is the other side of International Marketplace. Let me go around so you can see the front of the building as I walk around. And let's give it to you. So International Marketplace right here. All right, and we just keep going. Get that back there for you. So like I was saying, if you're looking for somewhere quiet, oh, here's a place. Sorry, as I'm walking I see the places. Konos is across the street, just like that. Konos is kind of a breakfast style spot. I mean, Waikiki is the nightlife. So Hawaii doesn't have a real big nightlife scene. It does not have like a lot of clubs, a lot of partying per se on the rest of the island. If you want to live in Waikiki and that's what you're looking to do, or come here and, you know, invest in a property and that way you have a place to stay, town has the nightlife scene for you, but it's not like, I've lived in Florida, I lived in Georgia, I've been to Atlanta, I've been to Miami, and these big cities. Vegas, right? People don't party necessarily till 6 a.m. on the daily. Doesn't happen like that as I'm just walking around here, but it doesn't happen like that. The nightlife in Hawaii is not of like those big cities, right? People like to wake up, they like to be out and about, enjoying paradise, and that's the reason they came here. So, I mean, there are clubs. I'm not saying there's not clubs and there's not cool bars, dive bars, those types of places. But as far as nightlife, it's not like crazy here in Hawaii necessarily. But there are some good bars and places to visit along the strip and those types of things. But that's the pro if you're living in town, that's where you're at. If you live outside of town, in the areas where I live, the smaller town areas or suburb areas, you're not gonna have that. I think we have maybe one or two bars in Kapolei. Ko'olina would be the next place you have to go, but Ko'olina is a resort area that shuts down. I kid you not, like 9-10 o'clock, Ko'olina is shutting down. So it's something to consider if the nightlife and that night scene is something for you. All right, as I pass the Ritz-Carlton over here, residences. It says Ritz-Carlton Residences. Okay, what does that mean? People live there, right? So one of the other pros would be food. I mean, Hawaii in general has a great selection of food. My hair is probably going nuts right now. This wind has been crazy all day. Like, check out this tree. I know you're just talking about food, but check out this tree. This is an awesome looking tree. Check this thing out. That is a wild tree. I've seen some wild trees, but that's a wild tree. All right, food. Hawaii in general has a great selection of food. Hawaii is a melting pot of cultures, which is another thing that I consider a pro when you live in town. Maybe you don't, depending on where you're from. I don't know. But for me, I love the melting pot of cultures. I grew up here. I love that I grew up in a melting pot of cultures. This wind is nuts. That's what I just walked through. But the food is what alludes to what I'm alluding to. So the different styles, cuisines. If you live in town, a pro for you is food. Across the street here.
Sorry, so that let me make sure I keep my head up and not at the camera so we don't get hit by a car.
Food. There we go. I got it, I made it. Food is great. So like, I can't tell you how many restaurants we've walked by, places to eat, local food stores, local food, local style food, Korean food, Chinese cuisine, Mexican cuisine, Italian, some of the bigger restaurants in town like Cheesecake Factory, Yard House, Chart House, all those things, but also the local food. The local food is where the hidden gems are. I cannot eat seafood. I actually had somebody ask me about moped. Mopeds are very common out here. I had somebody ask me about poke. Poke is big out here. I cannot eat poke. So when people ask for like seafood recommendations, I cannot eat seafood. I have an allergy, so you guys are really gonna get to know me after the end of this channel, right? If you go through this channel, you're really gonna know me. But I cannot eat seafood, so I cannot give you an honest recommendation of a seafood spot to eat. Here goes another couple buildings in the area. But food is amazing. The choices that you have. I literally walked past a crowd, and it was like there was like a little window offering a slice of pizza. It was pretty cool. Another pro of living in Waikiki, if that's what you're looking at, is convenience. So it says Beer Deli in the window. This is actually an ABC store, which is like on every other corner. I've got to look up the number, but I know there's a ton of ABC stores. They are all over the place. It's like convenience, right? So you can literally leave your condo and you can head downstairs and probably find an ABC store at the bottom. Thank you. So yeah, convenience of like having that available to you, because you might need, you might forget your toothbrush, who knows. But those are the conveniences, a very big pro. But again, so as you've probably seen, we got a lot of cars, a lot of traffic. I know there's like, again, this is the beginning of June. We're at the beginning of June and it is busy here. It is busy. If you check the vlog, oh boy, check the vlog, the beach was nuts. Oh man, the beach was insane today. Make sure I remember where I'm going. I'm actually walking back to the tattoo shop that I mentioned earlier. Beach was insane, super busy, tourism kicking back in full swing. And so convenience is what we were just talking about with the pro. I live in a single family home community in Eva Beach is what I was talking about. And so I can't literally just walk out my door and go to a store necessarily, right? I gotta get in the car and I gotta go to the grocery store, those types of things. Let me cross the street. Like I was saying, so even though I do live in a single family home and I kind of gotta get in the car to go to the grocery store, there are homes that are closer to the store like that. But for me, that's just where I prefer to live. Maybe you prefer to be able to walk out of your condo and go to the store, like right there, because check this out. Another ABC store. Right, told you. Ton of ABC stores all over, everywhere. Whew. Getting my exercise in today. An ABC store. So they are everywhere, and that's what you can expect. One of the other things, the cons really of living in town, because it is a tourist destination, when you think of Hawaii, most often you're thinking about Waikiki. Because it is a tourist destination, you can expect prices to be a little jacked up. Cost of living in Hawaii is high in general, but for the cost of goods and maybe your sodas and things like that to be a little bit higher. Yeah, sorry, so like I was saying, I had to cross that street, but because it is a tourist destination, you can expect your prices to be a little higher versus where, again, communities like Mililani, Eva Beach, Hawaii Kai is expensive too, but everywhere's expensive. Cost of living is high, right? But you can expect them to be a little bit higher in town to help local businesses and things like that make more money. That's just the way it is. That's the way businesses operate. One of the cons of living in town, the homeless population. That's not saying anything bad. I'm not saying anything derogatory or negative about homeless people. I don't know their situation. I'm not judging them. I'm just telling you, we have a homeless population here throughout Hawaii. And if that is something that you are not comfortable with, there is a lot of it in Waikiki, in downtown Honolulu. You can look it up. It's something that the state is really trying to work on, but that's one of the cons of living in downtown. And it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And I'm not judging them by their situation or anything like that. I don't know these people. I'm just letting you know, as an honest realtor out here in Hawaii, that it is out here, and it's something that you can definitely expect to see, especially down here in Waikiki. Another con of living in town is the noise. If you are looking for a quiet place to live, this is not it, as the girl with the surfboard on the moped passes by. And wing, 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 wing of mopeds, right? Noise is a lot of it in town. Sirens, mopeds, you can hear another siren. I think it was a siren when I started this video. But yeah, that is, it's very noisy. And as the siren goes by, here's a cool spot. Check this spot out. We got Rock Island Cafe. We got an Elvis. Look at these, Betty Boop over there. We're just cruising through though. Let's keep going. All right, as you can see, lots of pros, lots of cons. There's beaches everywhere. It's amazing. It's paradise. But again, guys, if you are new to this channel, this is Living in Hawaii. I'm a real estate agent, and this is the honest truth about living in Hawaii. All this channel is about. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell, so you get notified every time that I upload a new video to this channel. Doing lots of videos just like this, lots of vlog tours. Get a lot of people reaching out all the time. You got to reach out, shoot me a text, give me an email, schedule a Zoom down in the description. However you want to get a hold of me, all right? I got your back when moving to Hawaii, and there's going to be some videos popping up, okay? Videos about, you know, vlog tours just like this for smaller communities. I did the vlog in Waikiki. You can go check it out, where I put my feet in the water. We're on the beach, whole thing. So go ahead and check those out. Those are going to be popping up right now.